Welcome to Nerd on Nerd with me, Ellie Campster.
And me, Liam Underwood. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Who's that? Is it Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Wow, you don't sound how I imagined.
Yeah, I know. It's my voice.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. This is our Christmas special. Welcome.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy the thing you do celebrate.
Or just happy day of the year.
Yeah. What are we talking about in this? Well, so in this episode, here we go. We're going to kick things back old school. So our long-time listeners, they'll remember back in the days, we used to, for Culture Swap, we'd do two things, wouldn't we?
We did, yeah. That was a terrible mistake.
I used to suggest something, make you do it.
And I'd suggest something and make you do it.
Yeah, it was actually a really sweet idea.
Apart from the fact that it led to 2.5 hour episodes.
Yeah.
Which
exactly.
They still go on about that long half the time, so whatever.
Doesn't really fix things, does it?
Nope.
So we're doing that. We're going to be talking about How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which is the film that Ellie recommended I watch.
Yep.
And then Ellie's going to be talking about Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, which...
Part 2.
On IMDb it just says 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The one I watched was called Part 2.
Very strange.
Weird.
Do you know it came out in 1987?
I don't care. Why are you telling me these facts now?
Because that's when I was born. So that movie's as old as I am.
Wow.
Which is old. But my birthday special was the last one. I'd just like to say a big thank you to everyone that sent birthday messages. We'll get to that. Housekeeping. Look forward to it. Before all that, catching up with Ellie and Liam. Oh, it's feeling Christmassy now, isn't it?
Yeah, you've made this whole intro. It's just smooth. It's a little bit like a sort of family with a Christmas. A little bit awkward. A little bit sort of long and drawn out. So, I think you've done a good job.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to get everyone into the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
Or
perfect.
Festive spirit or non-denominational holiday. Is that right? Am I using that word right?
Sure.
Cool. Ho, ho, ho.
So, Liam.
Yeah?
What have you been up to?
I've just been getting ready for Christmas because everyone knows how much I love Christmas, right?
Yeah, it's your favourite holiday.
Yeah. What is my favourite holiday? Probably Halloween.
Christmas.
Probably Halloween.
I don't think you like Halloween, though. You just like the fact that you watch a month of Halloween films.
It's great. Question.
Go on.
Nightmare Before Christmas, is that a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie?
I think you can watch it anywhere in between the two.
Thanksgiving.
Well, no, I said anywhere in between the two, not on one specific day in between the two.
But that is in between the two.
Yeah, so you could watch it on Thanksgiving if you wanted, yes.
Yeah.
But you can watch it anywhere between the two.
Yeah. I got distracted. What was I talking about?
You did what you've done. We're listeners. We're recording an hour later than normal. Now, usually on a podcast when it's all going a bit tits up and they say like, "Oh, we're recording later," they mean like midnight and they're all sleepy. We're an hour later than normal, and Liam is broken.
Yeah, it's been... The thing is, right, I haven't had work yesterday or today, and it's just...
right, yeah, so you're really tired.
No. I'm just so relaxed and happy right now that my mind has just gone off for a wander.
I will say, you do seem noticeably happier.
It's what happens when I don't have to deal with work.
It's amazing. It's like night and day.
Yeah, I know. It's if only there was some sort of solution to this predicament. I don't know.
Quit work.
If only...
Make your sole income the podcast.
I would be homeless.
Yes, but we'd have a good podcast.
The podcast would end. What needs to happen is you need to buy your own place, and I just need to keep showing up.
Oh yeah, right. I'm definitely the one in the situation that needs to buy their own place.
Yeah, but you like your work more.
Not what?
I don't know. We need to make the podcast make money. How do we do that?
I don't know. Let's talk about it later.
If any listeners have any suggestions
for how we can make money,
write in.
Okay, Liam.
Yeah, well, I'm getting to it.
What have you been up to?
I'm getting to it. I've been relaxing because I had the last 2 days off work. See? Beautiful segue there.
Perfect. What have you done with your time off?
Well, what haven't I done?
I mean, I imagine the list of things you haven't done is quite long.
I went to the gym yesterday. Did a big session.
How's the personal trainer?
Had that today. It was... Yeah, she nearly killed me, but it was good. She just keeps making me, bounce.
Explain.
Just constant movement all the time.
What do you mean? What, even in the breaks?
Well, it gets to the point where I'm like, I need to sit down. And then she's like, all right, 20 seconds, sit down. And I'm like, I need more than that. But
that sounds
I've
like
figured
hell.
out. I've figured out the trick, Ellie.
Yeah,
I'm so
go on.
smart. I'm so smart. Okay, so we were doing this thing called.
If you just very quickly, if you being so smart is you finding a way to take a longer break than the 20 seconds she's suggesting, you're not being smart. You're
I
not
am.
following her rules.
Yeah. Check this out, right?
Go on.
So she wants to do this thing called hit training.
Yep. You explained it on the other episode, I think.
Yep. And it's supposed to be at the moment like a 30-second round, like bout of exercise with a 20-second break and then another 30-second and so on. You do that like 4 times or something.
Yeah.
I figure though, in my 20-second break, if I get her talking, she forgets to keep a track of time, and I get like a minute. It's brilliant.
Yeah, so you're not being smart. You're just not doing hit training properly.
I'm getting a good break, and that's the important thing. What else? I started watching The Hobbit. I haven't seen The Hobbits before, those 3 movies.
Yeah.
I watched the first one the other day. I got the second one to watch when we finished recording. So, we've both got things to do after we've recorded.
Oh, yeah, you're in such hell at the moment.
Well, it's like a 3+ hour movie. I've got a hospital tomorrow.
Oh, for your eyes.
For my eyes. So, listeners will be pleased to know.
Can I ask, Liam,
Yeah.
some questions? Do you know what they're going to be doing?
No.
I have a recommendation for you.
Okay.
So when you go in,
Yeah.
you sit down the doctor,
Yeah.
and you say, "Hi, doctor. My eyes are bad. I watched a movie called Chronicles of Riddick, and I would like you to give me his eyes."
What about Pitch Black? That was a better movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I feel like Pitch Black, if you
You'd
say,
have to
"I watched
explain
Pitch
the
Black and I
character.
want his eyes," they're going to be like, "Oh, which character?" And then you've got to be like, "Well, not the ones without the cool eyes, doctor."
Yeah.
Whereas Chronicles of Riddick, you're only going to be talking about Riddick.
That's true. I don't really want his eyes, though.
Get to wear cool goggles all the time?
Yeah, I
when it's bright?
just want eyes that work normal.
Well, Liam, aren't you just being selfish?
Yeah, we'll see what he says. His name is Dr. Fook.
Yep, you've told me this.
Yeah, so, I think I'm in safe hands.
Yep, Dr. Fook's going to look out for you.
I hope so. I don't want to see him in a flap.
I can't tell if that was just a really shit joke or if I'm just not getting it.
I was trying to figure out if there was a joke to be found there or not, and I was like, nah, there isn't.
No, okay, cool.
Just
I'm
thought
glad
about
it wasn't.
I thought about it for a bit, and then I just thought,
You just said a word that has some sexual connotations.
yeah.
Alright, okay.
But yeah, so hopefully that's gonna. Yeah, that might help. Maybe, I don't know. What else have I been doing?
Yeah, well, no, good luck. I hope they can fix your eyes. That would be nice.
Yeah, I hope that the verdict isn't you're going slowly blind, because I might just kill myself.
Well, don't do that.
Christmas. Oh god,
Yeah,
it's been
don't forget,
it's
Liam,
been
positive
great.
this episode,
It's
mate.
been great. Oh right. Have you noticed that the weather hasn't been very Christmassy?
It's been quite cold.
Yeah, but it's like the last couple of days really sunny.
Yeah, I guess it was quite sunny. Why are we talking about the weather?
Because it's Christmas. It's what you do on Christmas, isn't it?
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. It's meant to
No,
be
it
snowing
isn't.
and shit, and it's all sunny.
It doesn't snow on Christmas. Not
It's
anymore.
not-
Not
yeah,
since
but
we
it's-
destroyed the weather.
It's meant to. I haven't done any rapping yet. I've got to do that at some point, probably
Yep.
tomorrow.
That's always fun.
Yeah, and I've got my birthday on Thursday. See, a lot of stuff that is exciting is coming up. So
I think I've asked this before, but do you get 2 sets
Yeah.
of presents?
yeah, I insist.
You would, yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine you as that kid.
Yeah. And
Was there ever a moment where your mum tried to do the one present?
nah, she knows me too well.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering, because I would have liked to have sort of experienced that moment.
This is the
moment your
other
mum
thing.
went, "This is for your birthday and for Christmas," and little Liam just sort of staring at her and going, "No, it isn't."
No, I mean, right.
You're
So
wrong, Mum.
we have to factor in. Yeah, I was raised this way to kind of expect 2 sets. So, is it my fault or is it my mum's?
I think it's a bit of both. I think it's a little bit of nature, a little bit of nurture.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, I think it's a very good indication of if I want to remain friends with someone if they try and cheap out and just lump things in together. Like, come on, what are you playing at? I don't see through that.
Fair enough.
So, do you really want to be friends with someone that would do that? Nah.
I don't think I've ever got you a present except that one time I bought you Learns to Poo.
That's because I bought you a book.
You did.
We don't
yeah.
really do gifts, to be honest.
No. I'm not a big gift giver to friends. Not deliberately, just
Just out of laziness.
I think it's a money thing. I think everyone's, we've been at the age for ages where the, feasibility of going out and buying a present for someone was just not there. Like at uni, you can't do it really.
No, you just get them a drink on a night out, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. That reminds me. I've cancelled the tickets to the High School Musical thing.
Okay. Is this part of the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
So listeners need to be aware, right? We were going to have a very special episode coming up. I think a lot of people's favourite episodes until the fucking one where you stole the show and came out.
And sex story episode.
Yeah. But a lot of people's
we need to redo the sex story episode because now it doesn't have to be slash fiction. It can be like hetero fiction.
Well, Amanda, if you're listening,
rewrite those stories, people. Get on it.
We were going to do... So everyone's favourite episode was when I made Ellie watch High School Musical. I think that's just a given. I mean, because of that episode, we ended up befriending the guys that do the Zack Attack stuff. Yep. So, that episode has a lot to answer for. We were going to do... I mean, I didn't tell you this, so this was just in my head. We were going to do High School Musical 2 as a culture swap. And what we were going to do was go to a place that was actually showing like a live sing-along of 2 and 3. And then it had a High School Musical themed club night afterwards.
Yeah, which I was actually looking forward to.
I was so up for it. Unfortunately, despite them selling tickets for this, they hadn't thought ahead to maybe, I don't know, get licenses to show these films.
Yeah, that was a stupid mistake on their part.
Yeah, so we're still doing it, but we're doing it here now, and we're just going to watch the sing-alongs. Because that's the other thing. When we watched it the first time, you said I wasn't allowed to sing along.
Yeah, this time you are allowed to sing along.
So I'm excited. But yeah, that was just more of a little... that was literally catching up with. That was like completely unnecessary for the listeners. That was just for us.
Yeah.
I went to my work office Christmas do.
How did that go?
I just kept drinking.
I think that's what you're meant to do.
Like, someone came up to me at one point who just got there and was like, how long have you been here? I just went, I don't know, like 7 Jack Daniel and Cokes ago. So that's 20 minutes.
Sign. When you're measuring by the amount of drinks, I think that's a good sign.
The thing is, right, we got there, so there was probably about 50, 60 people, okay, because I work in a big team. Not gonna, Well, the team I specifically work in isn't that big, but we're kind of merged with other teams, and we have to celebrate
what my
together.
One ended up being.
Yeah. So the people that I actually liked, they went to a different pub first, and they didn't tell me. So, message received, loud and clear.
So I'm assuming they don't super like you.
Yeah, but then they all get there like proper hammered, and I was like, well, now I've got some catching up to do.
Did they say anything?
They did say, why weren't you at the other pub? And I was like, no one told me. And they're like, yeah.
That's less like... That it does feel less mean. I feel like that is an honest mistake.
Well, I was livid. I had to make small talk with people that I don't like, and it was just like, it was so awkward. I've recently like moved position within the company I work for, and I got introduced to the person that essentially replaced me in my old position.
Oh, okay.
That was an awkward talk, because I had to basically be like, not I left this position because it's going to crash and burn and fail, but I had to try and be a bit positive about things. Like, you'll do great in this team that's failing. Yeah. Hence why I left it. So that was just super awkward.
That does sound a little bit awkward.
It was like a solid 15 minutes, and I didn't have a drink at that point.
That's the first thing you do.
I still had my coat on.
No, you just walk to the bar. You ignore everyone.
So yeah, anyway, once I started getting the old Jack Daniels in me, it was fine. I spoke to a few people, had a good time. I was one of the first people to leave, because I pre-booked a cab, and I got it to leave at 10, which I thought would be a super... Here's the thing, people who
10's early for a Christmas party.
I know, but people that listened to last year's one will remember that it was at this weird barn thing, and I had... This happened like 3 or 4 times, where I'd go and start speaking to someone, and then go, right, I'm leaving now, and then I'd go start speaking to someone else, and then they'd leave, and I just basically made everyone leave somehow. So I was like, oh, if it's going to be like that again, I don't want to... Like, 10 would be a great time to leave. But everyone was having such a good time that I was like the first to leave, and I felt a little bit bad. But you
shouldn't have pre-booked a cab.
Yeah, but the thing is, work were paying for the cabs, so we had to.
Did you have to pre-book?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
so I should have done 10:30, really, because it was starting to wind down. I like to think I was like the pebble, because people kind of wait for that first person to leave.
Oh yeah, you were that person, the person that they didn't invite to the proper drinks in the pub first. Yeah, you were the pebble that sent them all home. Yeah, they all couldn't live without Liam.
That's what I like to think. So I did that, and then the next note I've just got is Christmas joy. So
how's that going?
Kat put a tree up.
Did you help?
No.
No, fair enough.
Have I spoken to you about the advent calendar I made her?
Oh no, I don't think so. Go on.
Oh, okay. I made her a bespoke advent calendar.
That's quite. So that immediately sounds romantic, but I know you.
What do you mean?
Well, like, if anyone else did that, if someone else was like, oh, I made my girlfriend a custom advent calendar, I'd be like, oh, that's quite sweet. What did you put in it? But for you, I'm assuming it's something like dick pics.
No. Right, here's the thing. As November was kind of winding down and we were approaching December, Kat was dragging me around looking for advent calendars, which is something that I can't, like, someone that doesn't eat chocolate, don't really get the appeal, but whatever, it makes her happy. And she kept taking me back to the Lindt advent calendars.
Yeah.
But they have Lindor in them, and she doesn't like that. So essentially, I think it was something like 12 days of Lindor spread out throughout the month, and then 12 days of chocolate that she would actually like, and then like a little chocolate teddy thing at the end, right?
Yeah,
you know what Lindt chocolate is. If any listeners don't, it's fancy chocolate, I guess.
It's nice chocolate.
Yeah. What I ended up doing is buying her 24 of those little mini Lindt teddy bears, chocolate teddy bears.
Yep.
I got 24 of those, and then a big reindeer as like the Christmas Day special. Then I got her like a gift box. I put some of that nice like paper stuff inside it. It's got a word. I can't remember what the word is. What's that word for the nice paper?
What do you mean nice paper?
Like the nice like paper.
What does that mean?
Like, you know when you like put nice paper in a box to make the box look less empty?
Yeah, okay, yeah. I don't know what it's called. Right, I know what you mean.
It's like a nice red paper. It's kind of like rustly.
Okay, yeah, you don't need to explain the texture of the paper. Just move on.
Put that in the box, and then I got a felt pen, and I write numbers on the bums of each of these bears.
So she has to root around and find the right number.
Yeah, like an advent calendar.
I made that sound less nice than it is. Apologies. Yeah, that does sound... I will admit, Liam, that does sound quite nice of you.
Yeah. Well,
what did you expect in return?
No, nothing. I just didn't...
What deal did you make?
I didn't want a month of her, like, whinging, oh, I've got a Lindt day today, or Lindor day, or whatever the fuck it is. Like, I just couldn't be dealing with that. So I thought, you know what? Make her happy, makes me happy.
Well, Liam, what you should have done, well, not what you should have done, but what you should do for yourself is you've missed out, mate, because there's actually this year been quite a few Christmas calendars that are not chocolate-based.
I know, I saw a cereal one.
Yep, there's cereal.
But
I've seen
it has Cocoa
did
Pops.
cheese.
Oh, I don't want that.
Is there was the Greggs one that sold out.
If there was a fruit one, I'd have been on board.
You could have made yourself a fruit one.
Fruit goes out of date too quickly, don't it?
Yeah, but you're making it for yourself, so you can just put new fruit in.
Nah, that's crazy. I've forgotten my point. Basically, that's about as Christmassy as I got. I make out.
That's quite nice of you. I'm being positive, Liam. That was a nice thing you did.
Well, what I really wanted to do, but she said I couldn't, I wasn't allowed, is I wanted to just smother it with glitter. So it was like, she'd get the chocolate, but for all of December, she'd just be finding glitter everywhere. But she said that would take a very nice thing and make it very mean.
Yeah. I feel like that's the way you sort of work, is you do nice things, but there's like an element.
There's a twist. There's a Liam twist.
You're a little bit like the monkey hand, where you have the three wishes, but there's always that mean twist to them. You're that.
Yeah. Because I figure if I'm going to do something nice, I need to get a little bit of humour out of it.
And you find other people's pain and misery humorous.
Especially cats.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other thing that she thought I might do, but I didn't, is she thought I would deliberately skip a number. So there'd be a day where she'd spend ages looking for it and it wouldn't be in there.
I'm a little bit annoyed you didn't, because that's quite a good little prank.
Again, though, it's just mean.
No. You take the number out, but you keep it somewhere that you know where it is.
Nah, I was so good.
And then you only let it go on like 5 minutes.
Like that. I was so good that even like the 6s and the 9s I underlined, so there'd be no confusion.
I mean, even if there was confusion, it wouldn't matter, because you just eat one of them and the other one would have been fine.
I wanted it to be done right.
Okay, right. Of course.
What else? I've done Christmas shopping. It's a pain in the arse, isn't it?
Yep.
How are you doing with your Christmas shopping?
I've got everyone's gifts except one, I think, which I'm getting sorted. I think my dad's sorting it for me this weekend.
What is it?
I'm not going to say, because there are people in my house, and it's probably for one of them, Liam.
Who's it? Which person is it for?
Again, I can't say, because the person is in the next room and might overhear this.
Oh,
and be like,
okay. Is it? So I could just guess, and you could say yes or no.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Is it a sibling?
No.
Is it a parent?
Yes.
Is it your mum?
Yes.
There we go then. What you get? Well, I can't obviously ask you that.
No. Yeah, because yeah, we're falling into the same trap here, Liam.
I could guess, but it might be harder.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit trickier.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I've got left to get.
That's good. It's good that you're making your dad do it.
No, well, he offered.
Well, if someone offers, you've got to let them do it, haven't you?
Well, no, I know what it is
Yeah.
that I'm getting.
But you can't say.
Yeah. He's going to the place where I would go to get it
Yeah.
this weekend.
So
he just was like, do you want me to get it for you? And I was like, yes, please. Because otherwise we're both going to go there. For no reason.
That just doesn't make sense. I saw, and I suggested getting this for my mum, but Kat said that it would be a weird gift. That the lady that wrote 50 Shades, which we did for our Mother's Day special.
Yep.
She's done a new one now called Darker, which is from, I think, Christian Grey's perspective.
Oh, I saw the advert for this in London somewhere and was like, what?
Yeah, I saw it in W.H. Smith's and I was like, I should get that for my mum because I know she likes 50 Shades of Grey. And Kat was like, that's a weird present.
That is a weird present for a son to give to his mother.
Yeah, I know, but if she likes it...
Mummy, I bought you Darker.
Well, no,
I
because
thought
obviously...
you'd love to experience the sexual delights of BDSM from the perspective of Christian Grey.
Here's the thing. Santa would have got it for her, wouldn't he?
Oh, right. Okay, well, that's even creepier.
Yeah, Santa is a bit of a creepo, isn't he?
Santa doesn't want you to be lonely, Mummy.
Have this book. Enjoy. Don't read it when I'm around.
But Santa's always watching.
Yeah, because he needs to know if you've been naughty or nice.
Exactly.
I think he probably wouldn't think I've been that good this year. But overall, I think I've redeemed myself with the advent calendar.
Wow, that's... Santa's got a very low bar. Liam!
Yeah. What have you been up to?
I've been up to some stuff as well. I had an office Christmas party.
Oh, how did that go?
It went well. We went to a
London?
Mexican restaurant.
In London?
Yeah, in London.
Yeah, get the cheese?
Yeah, chase that cheese.
Chased it, hunt that down.
Yeah. It was very good. I got a Mexican sombrero, which is sitting on my desk at work. I don't think we were meant to take them, but I did.
Okay.
We got a free shot of tequila with our meal.
I was forced Jaeger.
What?
It was my manager's boss made me drink Jaeger.
Straight or in a bomb?
Straight, like a shot of it.
Straight Jaeger's not nice.
Yeah, but I was kind of like, well, I guess I have to since you're the boss man.
Yeah, no. If it's free alcohol, always drink it is the rule.
No, that's a bad rule.
No.
Right, so you're walking down the street. Oh, there's an open can of beer there, and it's still half full. I'm going to. I don't.
That's not free. There's a cost to that, Liam, and that cost is health risk.
Surely there's a health risk cost to drinking multiple shots.
Barely. Anyway, so yeah, I got drunk at a Mexican restaurant and had a good time.
What Mexican food did you have?
I had fajitas. Oh, Jesus, I genuinely couldn't remember for a second there.
That's your go-to, isn't it? Like when we take you to our local Mexican place, you have fajitas.
I either have fajitas or quesadillas. Those are my two go-to Mexican foods.
Would you say you're adventurous with food?
Yeah.
What's the most adventurous thing you've put in your mouth? Food-wise.
Oh, what do I? If we go somewhere that's got something unusual on the menu.
No, that's bullshit. Usually... Like the amount of times we've taken you out to nice restaurants and you just
go on. Sorry. When I said unusual on the menu, you're talking about the Chinese and Mexican restaurants.
Yeah.
They're not. That's not adventurous, Liam. Getting Chinese isn't adventurous.
Yeah, but they right. Okay, here's an example. In Portsmouth, there was a Chinese place I used to go to on my lunch when I worked in there.
Yeah.
And on the menu, they had pig ears, which I tried, too gristly. Like pig trotters, which were just not enough meat. Would you try that sort of stuff?
Yeah, fuck yes.
I'll have to take you to that place then.
Yeah, do it. Honestly, I like trying things like that because I'm not put off by the weirdness of stuff.
No, but the thing that surprises me is when we do go out, you always order the exact same thing. It's not like you're like,
if I'm at like a Chinese or a Mexican where all the food is the same dishes that are at every Mexican and Chinese restaurant, I know what my favourite thing from a Chinese and Mexican restaurant is. So I get
that's
that.
Not very adventurous, is it? Is my
No,
point.
that's not being adventurous. I'm adventurous if there's like cool, exciting stuff on the menu. I'll go for that. But like, I think it's slightly. It says more about you than me that your idea of adventurous is just getting a different item off the regular Chinese menu. That's not adventurous, Liam. Being like, oh, today I might have the beef in black oyster sauce. That's not adventurous. It's just having something different. It is nice, but it's not as nice as chicken chow mein, which is the best Chinese food you can get.
Nah, I disagree with that.
Yes. Nope. You're wrong.
Not at all.
You are.
I'm going to the Chinese place on my birthday.
You and Kat?
And my mum and her partner.
Oh, cool.
That makes her sound like a lesbian. Her partner's male.
Why does it matter if she's lesbian?
Doesn't. I feel like when you say partner, there is a connotation to that of it being same sex.
I don't think so.
I was told that by an American friend of mine that I work with.
Don't trust the Americans about that sort of stuff, Liam. Not all Americans, obviously,
It's
but
because...
there's a very big section of the American population, Liam, that's not quite a big fan of the LGBT community.
I think, yeah, it's because, like, when I talk about cat, right, it feels weird being like, oh, my girlfriend. Like, when you've been with someone for fucking too long, saying, like, my girlfriend just feels a bit kiddie.
I think partner...
So,
I don't think partner has any connotation. I think it just... I think partner is more appropriate than girlfriend for the situation you're in.
I was told that if I was to say partner, it sounds like it's a boy.
Well, no, it doesn't. Don't listen to people.
That's good advice.
Be your own person, Liam.
That's good advice, and I'm going to take it now and not listen to you.
Good. Fantastic.
How have you been getting into the Christmas spirit, though? Because I know you're a big fan of Christmas, right?
Love it.
And you often like listen to all the Christmas music and all that sort of stuff. You try and arrange like Christmas meals with people that have zero interest in ever seeing us again. So what have you been doing this year?
Did as many days of Christmas music in a row as I could, which only got ruined because Spotify did that stupid year roundup thing, and then I was like, oh my god, I kind of want to listen to what they think my top songs were.
Were they?
Yeah, they were pretty good actually. That playlist is very good.
Okay.
So Christmas music, did a Christmas fair, did a Christmas quiz with my dad.
What? Hang on. Why are these not things that you've mentioned in the catching up with?
I don't know because I forgot about them until you asked.
Right. Well, we need to hear about the Christmas quiz and the Christmas fair.
The Christmas fair is pretty boring. It's something we do every year with the youth group I help at.
Yeah.
We just print calendars. We've done it every year. We make like no money. It is not worth the amount of time we put into it.
So why'd you do it?
Because they expect us to, and we can never come up with a different idea, so we just end up doing it.
Wait, so the idea... Wait, sorry. I can help here. What's the idea?
So what they do is someone will come in. They'll say, I would like a Christmas calendar of my kid. And then you take a photo of the kid's face.
Right.
Print it out, laminate it, staple a calendar on the bottom. It's just a cheap little church fair thing.
Wait, so you don't even like take 12 pictures of the kid?
No, yeah, we're not making full calendars, Liam. That would definitely not be worth our time.
Right, okay.
Liam, they're going to a church fair. They're not, like, expecting high-class...
Are they quite
calendars.
religious?
No. Oh, God,
Okay.
I shouldn't have even mentioned that it's a church because you've got your weird thing with religion.
I just don't get it. Jesus.
No, neither do I. I'm atheist.
Yeah. But Jesus, right?
Yeah, he seems like an alright chap. Apart from unless all the other people are right.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you do the calendars, and then anything else? Like, because when you say fair, I thought you meant like fucking big wheels and shit.
Yeah, no, not like that.
Right, it was misleading. You have to accept.
That's what they call. That's what a fair is, Liam. You're thinking of. You've got your one idea of a fair, but that is also a fair. Anyway, the more exciting one is the Christmas quiz.
Right. So what was that then?
That's so it's for the youth group, but it's not aimed at the kids.
See, when you're like, I don't know what I spend my time doing. It's just doing bullshit for the youth group.
No,
that's all it is. That's all we hear about. Youth group this. You need to stop that so we can do Twitch.
No. So me and my dad. Well, this year my dad loves Christmas quizzes. I don't know if I've mentioned on this show how much my dad loves Christmas. It's where I get it from.
Okay, haven't.
He's a huge Christmas fan. Loves Christmas music like me. Every year he likes to make Christmas quizzes that he does on Christmas Day. He just hands them out.
I did a Halloween one not that long ago. Do you remember? Halloween quiz.
Sure.
Were you there?
Don't think so.
Maybe not. I did. It was really good. So I get the quiz thing, like doing a quiz about your favourite holiday. I get it as well. I just don't know, and he knows enough at this point. Has done so many quizzes that he knows way too much about like obscure Christmas facts. Give me one.
Fucking what's the good one? It was like when was on what date in 1066 was King George crowned?
Was it Christmas?
Yeah. So that one's obvious because it's in a Christmas quiz, and it's that. You'd be amazed that people don't get that, Liam. But
what do they say?
It's just it's one of the when you're in a quiz, you're not necessarily thinking that way.
Right. Okay.
I think you'll sort of start being like, oh, but there's like his big one is Christmas music, obviously, because he loves the music. So there's always a round on Christmas music, like guess the intro.
What about Christmas films?
Yep, we had a Christmas film round.
What was the like? Give me an example of a question from that.
Well, no, that one it was clips from a load of movies, and you had to name the movie.
Right, that's cool. Yeah.
So it was, Jack Frost was in there.
Yeah. Any others?
No, that was it. It was one film clip.
Well, you should have had the Santa Claus in there. 1, 2, and 3.
It was, and it was an obscure clip from the Santa Claus.
Did you have Silent Night, Deadly Night?
No.
You missed out.
But yeah, so this whole quiz is like everyone goes there, you bring your own alcohol, everyone gets drunk, and have a good time doing a Christmas quiz.
Okay.
So, that was fun.
I had a question.
Go on.
But I've forgotten it.
Oh, good.
This is great podcast content. No, what were we talking about before we started talking about this quiz thing? I don't know, but there was definitely a question that I had. Yes, I remember now. Am I getting a Christmas card from your dad since I've now spoken to him?
I don't think so.
That's bullshit. I don't understand the protocol around Christmas cards.
Do you send anyone any Christmas cards?
No.
Then you're not going to get any.
But I've got some, is the problem.
Who did you get them from?
Some friends.
You need to send them Christmas cards.
I don't know their address.
How do you not know their address?
I know, they moved.
How do they know yours?
They asked for it. Well, the thing is, they're coming to visit,
there you
right?
go, then.
No, but they didn't
Idiot.
word it like... They weren't like, oh, can I have your address so I can send you a Christmas card? They were like, oh, we're going to come visit you before the new year. I'm driving, so I need your address. So they were quite sly about it.
You don't need to be sly. You can just ask them. But yeah, I think that's the protocol of Christmas cards, Liam, is that people start to send them.
The thing is, I don't
and then
understand.
you are then expected to send one back. So everyone gets trapped in this loop.
Yeah, that's what...
Well, I sent Julie a Christmas card last year. I've got to send her one this year.
This is what I'm thinking. Like, I think our generation should hopefully see some of this bullshit die out because a lot of us...
fuck no. Everyone loves it too much.
No, but I don't.
Yeah,
it's too much effort.
You are not the voice of our generation.
I am.
I mean, you don't even count as a millennial because you were born in ancient Egypt in some sort of sacrificial ritual.
I'm a voice of our generation.
You are not a voice of our generation.
I am maybe not the voice.
You speak for no one.
I speak for a lot of people who are just fed up with this world. I was nice. I went and got some Christmas cards. It's got a little T-Rex on it wearing a little Santa hat, and it says, have a rawsome Christmas. That's very me and Kat, I figured.
Am I getting one?
No. This is what I'm saying. I'm trying to break the cycle of Christmas cards, right? So I'm literally only sending it to the people that have sent us one, and it's literally only one person. I don't know your address.
Well, so, how rude are you?
Yeah, exactly. I think there's only like 5 cards in it, so I'm really hoping we don't get any others. But yeah, I just... That and like print media, I want that to just be done with already.
Oh, I don't want you to get on this rant. Can we not? We don't have time, Liam. We're already 36 minutes into
No, but
a
I'm just saying, I think these are things
media.
that our generation will hopefully kind of help move into obscurity.
Okay.
So send a Christmas email. What?
Nothing, I'm just sighing.
You can embed like a song. You can embed a Christmas movie clip. That's better than a card, isn't it?
I'm just ignoring you.
Why? I'm making valid points here, and they're still Christmas themed. Well, I'm just too excited to talk about Christmas.
Housekeeping.
No, what?
Oh, sorry. It's time for Liam's favourite part of the show.
Yes. Liam went to the cinema. Now it's time for his spoiler-free reviews. Wait, fuck, shit! I forgot about one other really important thing I did that I should have spoken about in the catching up with.
Go on.
I guested on Amanda's picture show A Go Go.
Did you?
Yeah. Why do you sound surprised?
When did that happen?
Last Monday.
Wait, did I know this?
I thought so.
I don't think I did.
So, you know how Amanda has me on as her, like, resident Zac Efron expert?
Yeah, neither of you have mentioned this to me. You're seeing Amanda behind my back.
Yeah, because she wanted me to talk about the Disaster Artist with her, and you haven't seen it.
I'm so offended.
You should be.
Not that you went on her show, just that neither of you told me.
I thought you knew, to be honest.
No, I feel like a jilted lover.
Well, that's...
And I don't like that feeling.
I'm fine with that. So yeah, I don't know how this has happened, but basically, Amanda has me on as her like resident Zac Efron expert. So apparently, anytime there's a Zac Efron movie out, I have to go on her show and talk about it.
Yeah.
The best thing about doing that for the Disaster Artist is Zac Efron has maybe 2 minutes of screen time in that film. So it felt a bit like imposter syndrome.
Yeah, because you were going on.
Yeah. But
that was yeah.
Right, I'm going to pre-warn you now so you don't get your tits in a twist. I'm going on a show again soon to talk about The Greatest Showman, like before the end of the year soon.
Hey, Amanda, you said a while ago that you were going to get me on, and it's not happening.
Yeah, but what's
you're getting
the
Liam
point?
On quite a lot.
What's the point of having you on? Like, what are you an expert in? Anime?
Yeah.
Weird tentacle shit?
No, that's incorrect, Liam. The entire genre of hentai I am an expert in.
Yeah, I don't think Amanda's watching a lot of that stuff.
Well, surely that's part of Culture Pop a Go-Go, is Amanda experiencing new things.
I mean, you've not even got the name of her show right.
Oh, it's Amanda's culture show.
No,
Pop a Go-Go.
the culture one is the one she does with her family.
Oh,
unless you want to just
that's why I got it mixed up.
Rock up to that one.
I don't know that one. I feel like it might be weird to guest on that one,
especially when you start spouting off about hentai.
That's true. That's fair.
Yeah. So this is why you don't get invited. That felt like a really mean thing to say, and it's Christmas. I'm so sorry.
It's too late. I feel like I'm being bullied.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
Is this cyberbullying? That's a good question. Am I being cyberbullied by you and Amanda?
I went on Amanda's picture show a go. We spoke about the Disaster Artist. We recorded for we spoke for about 4 hours. We recorded for about 3 hours.
Of course you did.
Yeah. Kat was just like waiting downstairs because she wanted to watch more Gilmore Girls. And I logged onto Facebook afterwards and she was like, "That's 2 hours. Now 3 hours. Right, you've been recording for 4 hours now. When are we going to watch Gilmore Girls?" But, it was fun. I really liked speaking to Amanda. She knows her shit. We were talking about the award season. Oh, yeah, so that would be also fun for you, I think, talking about these movies that potentially could be up for awards. I think you'd have a lot to say about that, based on your views of the Oscars, which I think, if I remember rightly from our episode 2 years ago, where we fixed the Oscars, your opinion was they should just stop doing them.
I think it might have been, yeah.
Yeah. So talking about the Oscars,
I just want you to know that you've ruined my Christmas.
Is it me or is it Amanda?
It's both of you.
Well, what did I do that was wrong?
But I blame you.
I spoke about our network. I spoke about Nerd on Nerd. I did my duty of pimping our shit. What have you done?
Hurt.
What have you done to help promote the podcast?
I'm hurt, Liam.
I don't care. Basically, I did that and it was a lot of fun.
Hurt my feelings. You've ruined Christmas. I don't know how I'm going to survive.
Liam went to cinema. Now it's time for the spoiler-free reviews of the things he saw at the cinema.
I'm sure they were all great. I'm sure Liam's going to do some real good reviews now for everyone.
I mean, this is a fan favourite. The first one, I don't remember if I spoke about this last time or not, so I'm speaking about it again. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. If I did speak about it last time, here's my second review of it, I guess.
I don't think you did.
Okay, good. I really enjoyed it. I rewatched the original Jumanji the weekend before going to see it.
I can't help but feel that the two films aren't going to be super reliant on each other.
They're not. And one of the criticisms that Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle has received is people saying, did it have to be a Jumanji film? Like, did they have to make it a Jumanji sequel? And I kind of feel the basic premise of the movie, right, is that a bunch of kids get sucked into a jungle-themed video game.
Yeah.
And I think if it wasn't related to Jumanji, everyone watching it and all of critics doing their reviews and stuff would have just made that really obvious connection. Oh, it's a video game version of Jumanji, basically. So to me, why wouldn't you tie it in?
Yeah, I agree, but I think is the problem then that it should have been, if they were gonna do that, if they were like, oh, we know it's gonna be tied in, connected to Jumanji because we're doing a very similar idea to Jumanji. Maybe the answer is they should have made it more Jumanji-esque. Because here's the thing, from the trailer, I think I'm gonna like the film a lot.
It's a fun film.
I think it's gonna be a good film, but not a good Jumanji film.
I mean, it depends what you want from a Jumanji film.
No, but that's what I mean. I feel like I'm not gonna come out of it and be like, that was the sequel to Jumanji.
No, because they've tried to update it for the video game generation. So you don't have that board game aspect that was so vital to Jumanji.
Yeah, it's also not set in real life.
No, it's set in a video game where
video game.
Characters have avatars and they have lives and levels and that sort of. They do quite a good job of using the video game parameters to tell the story, I felt.
Yeah.
Great cast. Did you ever watch Central Intelligence?
I think I've seen the last half of it because I came in one day and my dad was watching it.
Okay, well that movie proves that Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart have really good chemistry, and it carries over.
Oh no, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that really does carry over to this film. Adding Jack Black in is great, and the other element that I think works so well with this video game idea is you have a body swap aspect to it, because it's essentially 4 teenagers that are doing Saturday detention discover this video game.
Yeah. Start
playing it, get sucked in. So you have Jack Black, but his character is essentially a teenage girl who's obsessed with her phone and Instagram.
Yes. I've seen the trailers, Liam.
Yeah, so that just provides a wealth of comedy, seeing Jack Black kind of channeling his feminine side and reacting to certain things like that is brilliant. Karen Gillan, I'm always happy to... I'm pleased that we're now like seeing her in movies where we actually get to see her.
Yes, yeah.
Because I think it's real easy to forget who she is when she's in her like Guardians of the Galaxy Nebula makeup.
Yeah, and she's a really good actress. She's doing really well.
She is.
I'm glad about.
And do you know who else had a little appearance?
Is it Zac Efron?
Fucking should have been, but it wasn't, unfortunately. It was Rhys Darby.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I was just delighted about.
Yeah, that's cool.
The setup reminded me a lot of Power Rangers from earlier this year. Like throwing these teens together in a very like Breakfast Club inspired way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It has its fair share of action like set pieces, which are good, but the film definitely works best when it's doing the comedy. Otherwise, I think people's kind of mileage with this film is going to rest on how personally attached they feel to Jumanji. Like, I've seen some people on Twitter and stuff just losing their shit because they feel like this is fucking sacrilege. That I think I'm using that word right, am I? I don't know.
Yeah. No, sacrilege makes sense.
Yeah, that they would even possibly consider making a Jumanji sequel. I love the original, and revisiting it, like, when I watched it before watching this, it was the first time I'd seen it in probably about 10 years or so. But as a kid, I had like the VHS, I watched it religiously.
Yeah.
I even had the board game. I had no one to play with.
I remember the board game, but I never played it.
It was good. I played it by myself a few times.
Could you play it one player?
No. I just like pretended to be other people.
It's the Christmas episode, Liam. Can you not depress everyone?
Which is what happens when you don't have siblings.
It's so sad.
I know. It doesn't matter. It was still fun. I won. And
Yep.
But yeah, no, I think so. If you are like really butthurt about the fact that they're making a sequel to this movie, you're going to go in already having judged it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think people's reaction to it is the wrong reaction.
Yeah, and the other thing,
I do think it's a bit of a shame that it isn't a good sequel to Jumanji. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's just different.
Yeah.
I had a real fun time with it. I liked it. 3.5 out of 5. But I watch anything with The Rock in.
Yeah, The Rock is just fucking great.
Yeah, exactly. So I think if you can get over the Jumanji thing, definitely crack on. Next, I went to see Star Wars: The Last Jedi. We're
going to do a special on it, so don't say too much, Liam.
Well, we may be doing a special on it.
No, we are doing a special on it.
I'm not going to say too much.
Don't.
What this movie has done, and you probably won't be aware of this because you don't use social media, but this has split opinion on Twitter.
I'm also avoiding any... Literally, if I see the word Star Wars in any news article or post anywhere, I immediately go off that site.
That's what I did. Like, I didn't use Twitter for like a week because I saw people had started seeing like early screenings, like press screenings, or like the first one in America and shit like that, and I just was like, right, I don't want to even risk it, so I just stopped using Twitter and Facebook and stuff.
I've been being rude to people. My cousin and her husband came round yesterday for dinner, and he went, "Oh, have you seen Star Wars yet?" And I went, "Shut up." And he went, "What?" And I went, "Sorry, I haven't seen it yet." And he went, "Neither have I." And I went, "I'm very sorry then. I just have to be careful."
Yeah, exactly. So this is going to be real hard for me to talk about.
Just literally give it a number rating because we're doing a special, so it doesn't matter.
Just in case we don't.
No, just give it a number rating.
Just in case we don't.
No. If I'm going to hang up this call and you're going to have to edit this episode. I don't want you to talk about Star Wars at all.
Can I talk about The Force Awakens?
It depends.
So all I'll say is before watching this, watching Last Jedi...
What if I take out my headphones for 10 seconds?
I'm not going to talk about The Last Jedi. Just calm down. I rewatched The Force Awakens with Kat before we went to see The Last Jedi, and was just reminded of what a fun movie that is. There's bits in The Last Jedi that I loved.
You're talking about The Last Jedi?
Yeah, I'm not spoiling it. There's bits that I hated, and it ended up as a 3 out of 5. But I'm not allowed to talk about it any more than that.
No, not till the special. What else have you seen, Liam?
I saw Wonder.
Okay, I know nothing about this except what you were saying today in our group chat.
Out of the 3 films that we talked about on this episode, Wonder is by far my favourite.
What is it?
All right, so it stars Jacob Tremblay, who was in Room with Brie Larson a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I think I know who you mean.
Yeah, he's like a kid actor, and I'm always worried with kid actors.
Yeah, because you hate kids.
Yeah, he's really good though. In Wonder, he basically plays this kid who was born with this genetic thing, and throughout his life, he's had, I think it's something like 27 surgeries.
Okay.
And it's left him with this like facial deformation.
Yep.
And it's about him starting middle school. So he's been homeschooled, and he kind of, when he goes out in public, he wears like a helmet so people don't see him. And it's all about, essentially, the whole kind of moral of this message is fucking be kinder to people.
Yeah.
And I'm 100% behind movies that have that sort of message.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. It kind of, you see his perspective, but then what I thought was really interesting is this it's based on a book, and the film is almost kind of split into chapters where characters' names split the film up. So you'll see his perspective as the start, then you'll see like his sister's perspective and how she has to deal with the fact that essentially her parents' lives revolve around her brother, and she kind of gets pushed to the side a little bit. You'll see like one of his friends at school's perspective, and it's really nice. It's a really nice movie that I just super enjoyed, and I watched it the day after seeing The Last Jedi, and after being kind of like disappointed with it because I was definitely expecting it to be more than a 3 out of 5. This has a few Star Wars references in it that was just, it was a nice kind of reminder of what Star Wars is in a way and what it means to people.
Fair enough.
I would give Wonder a 4 out of 5.
Very high.
For me, it is. I'll say this and no one will listen, but if you had the chance to see one of these 3 films over a weekend, Wonder is the one that you should see out of all 3 of them. But everyone will go see Star Wars.
Yeah, I think everyone will see Star Wars because they don't want it spoiled.
Yeah.
So I think in a out of context with no time and like no interaction from the outside world, I would probably go and see Wonder first.
But you can't trust other people is the problem.
Yeah, I mean, I can't trust you. I know that you're inevitably going to talk about it, or Dan will, and I need to see it.
Look,
Thursday.
Both me and Dan are really kind at pandering to your inability to get things watched in a reasonable
I had to
manner.
scroll through our chat the other day because you guys were talking about Walking Dead.
Catch up with Walking Dead then.
Don't spoil it.
We'll just catch up with it. It's easy. We have to I don't think you understand how much we have to hold back what we want to say just because of you.
If only Google would just improve their Hangout system so you could have one-on-one chats. Honestly, Liam, you're right. I've always said, I email Google about once a week and I say, look, I just wish I could talk to 2 people. Like, if I want to talk to just one person, I wish I had that feature. And they always email back and they say, you can. And I go, no, Google, I can't. You're a liar.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't understand why it's so hard to just catch up with these things.
It's not hard. It's just that
Exactly.
I'm within the bounds of reasonable on this series of Walking Dead because the season hasn't finished.
It's gone on its mid-season
Yeah,
break.
it's not finished. The rules with seasons are once the season is finished, then spoilers, that's my own fault. I have until the end of the season to catch up with the season.
It's a ridiculous rule. You realise that, yeah?
It's a rule that you used to follow. This is the thing I don't understand, listeners, is Liam's vitriol for my spoiler, not getting things spoiled because I save things up, is ridiculous because he was the exact same. He's only changed because his girlfriend wants to watch stuff with him, and now they watch them together and watch it spread out.
I think as well.
It's the same with chocolate. Liam used to eat so much chocolate, and then the moment he decided he was not going to eat chocolate, he became this huge, anti-chocolate advocate.
Housekeeping.
Keep my house.
Well, Lee left us a message on SoundCloud. Can you believe it?
Ooh, we don't get many SoundCloud messages.
We do. I just always forget to read them.
Do we get quite a few?
Not a lot, but they're always all from Lee, which we appreciate, Lee.
Thank you, Lee.
Yeah. This one said, reminder of the jacuzzi debate. Really brought it home that I've been listening to this show for a year now, and that seems surreal. Ha, ha,
yeah,
ha.
I mean, Lee, how are you living with yourself? The fact that you're one of our oldest fans.
Yeah, I mean, not as committed as Amanda, who has listened to every single episode, pretty much.
Well, Amanda's our biggest fan, and I don't know why.
Well, she likes hearing Liam's film reviews, I think.
Sure. The jacuzzi debate, that was a classic episode.
I don't recall that coming up in the last episode.
Yeah, it did. I said there was no jacuzzi, so we don't need to have the debate again.
There we go. Cage Club Network tweeted saying happy birthday, Liam. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Gibbo tweeted just gibberish.
Please, no, try and read it out.
You try and read it out.
I've not got it open.
I'll send it to you.
All right, chat me it, and I'll read it out.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and read it out. I've got a life.
Tits. It's soy. It's doi duo diog doi zoid.
I mean, this is just annoying for listeners.
Uvu Ivo R Puxlukogs Idhiova Uivi Oikoi Xoix U. Now, Gibbo, we don't understand what that is.
We don't.
And I would like to know what it is.
I wouldn't mind.
My theory is you got very drunk and tweeted us.
By mistake, probably.
Yes.
But the thing is, he tagged me in that tweet and Nerd on Nerd.
Yes, no, that's the thing. That's very impressive because it's gibberish, but he had to get the tags right.
But, like, is it a reference to something we spoke about in the last episode that I'm just not remembering?
That's the thing, but I don't know what it could be a reference to either.
But you edit the episodes, so you have to actually listen to them again.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I mean, and I don't get what the reference is.
Okay, well, hopefully...
we are fascinated, Gibbo, let us know.
Yeah, Gibbo's also probably been listening for quite a long time now.
That's true, Gibbo is also one of our oldest listeners.
Yeah, we do appreciate those listens.
We do.
I think the people that we've mentioned so far, and Jason... they're some of my favourite listeners that I don't know personally in my own real life. Because obviously I've got
I like all our listeners.
Cat. Do you know what I don't get is why so many people have listened to your coming out episode. It's ridiculous.
Got to get all those clickbait, mate. That's what we did. We clickbaited it. I feel like, did people tweet about it? Was there tweeting going on?
A little bit. It was mostly just people saying how proud they were of you and what a good episode it was.
I mean, that might be it then. People saying it's a good episode. Maybe that helps.
I don't think it was that good. It was all about you. How can it be that good?
Wow. Mean.
Cut here.
Yes.
Beep. Throwback.
That is a throwback.
We had an email from Amanda.
Yeah, what did Amanda say?
So the email is titled "So Many Things." So strap in, because we're here for a few points. Hi Liam and Ellie. I owe you a long overdue email, so here goes. 1. The Introducing Ellie episode was fantastic and my favourite episode so far. See?
Thank
Why?
you.
I don't get it. She carries on to say...
Carry on.
And I haven't even been able to listen to the culture swap part yet, since I'm only halfway through Stranger Things Season 2. Which, as a side note, I actually thought that was one of our strongest culture swaps. I liked some of the discussions we had about Stranger Things Season 2.
Yeah, I think we did a good job.
Yeah, I wouldn't be that arrogant about it, but sure. She goes on to say, I liked the way Lee responded in the next episode about how Liam asked all the right questions in the wrong way.
Yeah.
2, I'm sorry I missed emailing before your anniversary special. What was the assignment? I'd be happy to turn it in late if you'll give me an extension. Honestly, Amanda, just don't worry about it. It was terrible.
It was really bad.
It was so bad. I've thought of a better one for our next.
I'm in charge of the next one, so it doesn't matter.
No, the next one that I'm in charge of.
Yeah, it's fine. You got 2 years.
I don't want to do anniversary specials.
What
3.
will the new fan name for Ellie be? Because after Liam's curmudgeonly letter, I have a feeling people may need to know. Winky face. Also, Ellie's letter was beautiful.
See, I don't understand this point.
Pun?
I don't understand what Amanda's getting at here.
Well, I did a very good letter, and your letter was not very good.
My letter was heartfelt.
And I think what Amanda's saying is people may become my fan again.
Right, but what's your fan name? You don't have a fan
I think
name.
I ruined it last episode, is the thing. So what I feel like, the way this podcast works, to me, is me and Liam take turns sort of generating fan points by doing things. And then what happens is we save up enough that we start to get big-headed. And then we do something stupid that spends all those
go on a
points.
tirade about the listeners.
Yeah. And then it just goes back to 0, and then the other person starts to build up. So I think I might have blown it last week. I think I was a little bit angry at you.
What was my fan name?
The Liamettes?
Liamettes, that's it. So what's your new fan name?
I haven't thought of one yet.
Okay.
I don't think it's... Is it my job to think of one?
Yeah.
I feel like the people that like Liam, they're going to Liam for like an authoritative figure, sort of a dictator, if you will. You know, Liam's fans are very much led by Liam. I want my fans to feel like they're part of a community, a group, and we all get a say. So I don't want to give a name to you guys. I want you guys to come up with your own name for us.
That's just lazy.
It's also me trying to very quickly get some more fan points.
Well, I don't think that's going to work.
Are you still doing a Thor special? Oh, no, sorry, were you going to say something good, Liam?
Yeah, no, I was going to say that they could be called the Smelly Ellies.
That's mean. Mean to my fans.
But accurate. 4. Are you still going to do a Thor special? I've been looking forward to it.
Yes.
Right, here's
5.
the thing.
I would still listen to specials on past Netflix Marvel shows. We are.
When did I watch Thor? It was
Don't care.
long ago.
Don't care. I think that's more funny.
I don't know. I'm not doing a special on a movie where it's literally just me going, I don't remember that bit.
Well, maybe we'll do it when the DVD comes out. 5. I would still listen to specials on past Netflix Marvel shows when Ellie finally catches up.
October 25th is when I watched Thor. That's nearly 3 months ago.
Answering the next question.
We
could potentially do these if Liam can catch up or remember how he feels about them.
I blame Netflix / Marvel shows?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, if Ellie had actually been timely about it and watched them when they actually came out, we 100% would have done them. We're here now. Ellie still hasn't watched them, so not going to happen.
Has Ellie watched any more Gilmore Girls yet? I really want to talk about it more with you two.
What a surprise. It's another thing that Ellie hasn't done.
Yeah. Sorry, Amanda.
I've been watching more Gilmore Girls. I've
didn't ask.
nearly
She
finished.
Didn't ask about you.
Oi, this is housekeeping. I'm doing my housekeeping bit. I'm nearly finished season
7
5 of Gilmore Girls.
Very good, Liam. 7. So you asked for a ghost story from me about my mum's house. My sister Faith and I did a full episode of Culture Pop A Go-Go, which I have since gone and listened to, about it for our Halloween special. Sorry for the self-promotion, but it really covers a lot of stuff that's happened to us. And also, don't worry about the self-promotion, because I recommend everyone go and listen to that episode, because it's really, really good. But one quick thing would be when we were watching a movie before bed, and my mum said we couldn't finish it, and would have to pause it at the end of the scene and finish it the next day. Well, at the end of the scene, the TV, DVD player, and stereo all turned off. My mum said something about someone being very funny at shutting everything off then, but none of us had turned anything off. All of the remotes were on the other side of the room in full view, and it wasn't a circuit breaker thing because everything else in the room was still on and lit. We were all super freaked out, so my mum said, I think it's time for bed, and we all quickly ran upstairs. That's one of the more minor stories, but still super freaky at the time. Since listening to your episode, Amanda, I will admit that there are not reasonable explanations for what happens in your mum's house, and it sounds like an absolutely terrifying place.
Because you were quite sniffy about the whole ghost thing,
No.
weren't you?
I'm sniffly about ghosts in general. I said no one's ever given me good evidence, but I trust Amanda, I like Amanda, and I believe Amanda. So...
But the thing is, right...
I think in general, a lot of ghost stories aren't ghosts. I think that people either make stuff up or get confused with, like, weird shit that is explained other ways. But honestly... The stories they were telling, Liam, are spooky.
How would you... Could you explain the example that Amanda's just given?
No, that's what I'm saying. I believe Amanda.
Could it have been like a power surge or something?
Well, no, that's what she's saying, because everything else in the room stayed on.
Right.
And honestly, have you listened to that episode, Liam?
Yeah.
It's because, like, a lot of the shit that happened is spooky and doesn't seem to have, like, oh, well, it was just this.
Yeah, but I'm not as sniffly about ghost things as you are.
No, I'm not sniffly either. Like I've always said, if someone gives me evidence, which Amanda has, then I'm all for it.
Hey, when is your Asylum podcast starting? I'm looking forward to it.
Soon.
We had plans.
I think we went into a slump after the terrible, terrible mistake where we watched a terrible film that wasn't part of the Asylum.
I disagree. I don't think that was a slump. If anything, that was an opportunity to make a good episode that you squandered.
Well, no, because I don't want our Asylum podcast to be about things that aren't Asylum.
Yes, but it's about us mistaking it for Asylum, which other people might have done.
No.
Well, sorry for typing your eyes off. I don't know, bad joke. Talk to you in a few hours. See, that's because I was about to go and record with her.
Yeah.
So it's not like we were hiding it.
Did we get any other interactions, Liam?
No.
Oh, really? Do you want to just double check?
Yeah.
Just double check the Nerd on Nerd feed and just hit the notifications. Yeah, there's one there.
Oh, wait.
Read it out?
Sorry, I haven't. I closed it down after we finished
don't be
doing
silly.
that bit.
Just reopen Nerd on Nerd and just read the top tweet.
Ellie Kempster said, "My feelings have been hurt by Liam Underwood. Can he please apologise on the show?" You spelled apologise wrong.
Yeah, I was in a rush and talking to you.
So that's it for housekeeping.
Culture swap.
Wait, before we get to that, I just want to say a very Merry Christmas to everyone that's ever tweeted or emailed us or left a review on the podcast.
If you listen, just why? If any of you are listening, listens are important. I want to wish Merry Christmas to everyone that's listening to this.
It's not a competition.
It's Christmas.
Wish Merry Christmas to the most people. I'm just saying, like, I wish a Merry Christmas to everyone that listens, but I wish a particularly special Merry Christmas. So everyone that listens, I want them to have a good Christmas. Everyone that actually interacts, not only do I want them to have a good Christmas, but I also want them to get what they want for Christmas.
I just want everyone to have the best Christmas they can have.
Culture swap.
Swap my culture.
We're doing the one that you suggested to me first, are we?
Yeah, so, listeners, as you know, we love to give each other Christmas films. I am following my tradition of giving Liam the most important Christmas films I can. That's a lie. I gave him The Grinch.
Well, how The Grinch Stole Christmas.
Sorry, yeah. Dr. Seuss's How a Grinch Stole Christmas. Is it Dr. Seuss or Zeus?
I say Seuss, but I'm not... The thing is, I feel like Dr. Seuss, and I could be wrong here, but I feel like it's a very American thing. Like, I don't remember ever reading it when I was a kid.
Yeah, I think Green Eggs and Ham I got maybe like saw once and maybe read once because I remember it, but the other stuff wasn't that big over here.
Like Cat in a Hat.
Yeah.
And Horton Hears a Who, which I watched this year because it has the voice talents of Zac Efron and Taylor Swift.
Fair enough. Yeah, so
no, that's the Lorax. I got confused.
Okay. I recommended this film to Liam, not because it's a good film, because I don't think it particularly is.
Yeah, well, this is my point.
I wanted Liam to learn, because he's a bit of a Grinch, as I'm sure you can all agree. And I was hoping that by watching this film, he would, maybe just connect a little bit with the Grinch, and he'd say, oh, that's how I feel. And then when he learns his little lesson at the end, maybe Liam will learn a lesson too.
Yeah, so the one thing that I just kept thinking of as we was watching this is why do you keep making me watch these, like, kiddie Christmas bullshit movies? I don't understand why you keep making me do it.
Fuck you, Elf is a great Christmas film.
It's an okay Christmas film.
No, Elf is a great Christmas film. I will accept the Santa Claus and the Grinch being two of the lesser... The thing is, I
think the Santa Claus is probably my favourite of the ones you've recommended so far.
That's so depressing. That's so depressing.
Yeah, well, okay, here's what I don't get.
I gave you Elf!
Elf is a totally average movie. We discussed this last year. We don't need to discuss it again.
Liam, he puts maple syrup on the spaghetti.
Wow.
You don't have maple syrup on spaghetti.
Well, you do if you're an elf.
Yeah, exactly, because they eat sugar.
Fucking hell.
Now,
do you have such
Liam,
a low bar
did you
for
learn
what you
any
good?
lessons from the Grinch?
Yeah, that I need to have a serious discussion with you about Christmas movies. So here's the thing. Why do you keep recommending me these, like, just terribly average kids ones when there's good Christmas movies out there?
The first year, I recommended you Santa Claus because it was a film that was part of my childhood growing up. I used to watch that around Christmas. The second year, I gave you Elf, which is part of my, adulthood. I've watched Elf pretty much every year since it came out in the cinema. This year, I wanted you to learn a lesson about Christmas, so I gave you The Grinch, Liam. It's not that I'm giving you deliberately childish,
Why
lame
didn't you
films.
give me something like It's a Wonderful Life?
Because, Liam, I want you to learn. I don't think you would learn from that film.
What about Scrooged with Bill Murray? That would have been good.
Again, I don't think you'd learn from it.
I didn't
You need
learn
a blunt
from this
hammer.
one.
And The Grinch, my friend, is the bluntest of hammers.
No, it wasn't. Why not Home Alone?
Because that's obvious. We'd both like that.
Miracle on 34th Street.
I haven't seen that one.
There's a Mumblecore Christmas film.
That's cool. Maybe you can do it for me after I finish the Silent Night trilogy.
It has Anna Kendrick in it.
Talk about The Grinch, Liam. We're talking about The Grinch.
No, I'm listing movies that I would rather you recommend me. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
That's not how the recommendations work.
Lethal
Liam, we're talking
Weapon.
about The Grinch. Now, listeners, if you
Krampus.
haven't seen The Grinch, it's a very complicated, convoluted plot.
Do you know what? He doesn't even steal Christmas until like an hour into the movie.
Yeah, no, they drag it right out, don't they?
Yeah. It's
not a good film.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Thanks for recommending it.
I have some points,
I
Liam.
brought this on 4K. So
I know you
everyone's
did.
aware.
That was such a mistake. I think I told you at the time that it was a mistake, but you don't remember that.
Yeah, probably didn't happen.
I have a few points, Liam.
Okay.
Things that I noticed on this watch through that I hadn't actually noticed before.
Oh, did you rewatch it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's the thing. I suffered with you, friend. It's not like
Okay.
I made you watch it and didn't rewatch it. I rewatched it, and it's a bad film.
What?
I had to watch it last year as well.
I wouldn't say it's a bad film.
I think it is. I think there are
Okay.
good bits in it, and I think
Yeah.
there are redeeming sections. but I think overall it is a bad film.
Why?
Did you notice, Liam, that in the scene where where we learn how the Grinch was born, in air quotes,
Yeah.
they are at a party.
Yeah, and they're doing their keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I think, Liam, that this film, on the surface, is a kid's film all about, like, oh, learn to love Christmas. Christmas isn't about the presents, blah, blah, blah. I think, in reality, what this film is a sort of Sodom and Gomorrah situation. This is the city of sin. The Whoville is a city overrun by sin, and the only person that clearly sees that is the Grinch, who tries to fight it in a vigilante justice style way, but fails. And Cindy, who sees it and actually learns to change the sin in the city.
Right.
I may have gone a little bit insane watching this film, Liam, because it's the second year running I've had to watch it, and I don't like it that much.
Did you notice there was another reference as well that was a bit risque?
There's quite a few. Which one are you talking about?
Still in like similar to that same scene when all of the babies are arriving.
Yes.
And someone shouts, "He looks just like your boss."
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
This film has a weird number of, like, a lot of kids' films do it. They're like put in a little joke that the parents will get.
But these ones were really like...
Yeah. These are like full on, like, because the key one is implying that all the Who's in that party are involved in some sort of huge orgy,
swinger thing,
sex party.
Well, it's swingers, isn't it? The key thing,
yeah.
Typically.
Yeah. Still a sex party.
Yeah. But it's not an orgy, I don't think.
Well, I would not like to say on that, Liam. I think the Who's could definitely be involved in an orgy.
I guess the way that the Who's kind of reproduction systems work, it's not like they have to actually carry the baby or anything. No,
this is true. Where do the babies come from?
Well, they just kind of fly in, don't they, on magical like baby chairs. Yeah,
it's weird. It doesn't make sense to me.
No, but I guess the point I'm making here is if you could have sex with anyone without, particular...
No, but I think you still get the baby from the sex. That was the implication. Like, the fact that they had the "he looks like your boss" joke.
So
right?
Who was the Grinch's actual parents then? Because there's no one else.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, no, we see that a baby is heading that way, and the Grinch's like little carriage thing knocks that baby out of the way.
Yeah.
So I don't. That's what I mean. I don't know.
Baby?
I think there is another town of Grinches somewhere.
Right. Okay.
And this Grinch has just suffered his entire life living in this horrendously horrifying town. Like, Whoville is a bad place. I'd hate to be there.
Yeah.
I think this is just a really sad story about a kid that grew up in the wrong place and is racially assaulted his entire life, and then in the end, like, caves into society.
It is a bit racist.
Yeah, there's a scene where he says, "Is this because I'm green?"
Yeah.
And I was like, you're playing racism for jokes, which definitely doesn't feel okay.
Well, I don't know. When it's green, it's not like anyone's going to get offended by that, is it?
No, but it does feel like it's playing racism for jokes. Anyway, that's not important.
No.
Did you learn the lesson, Liam?
Not really.
Do you feel more Christmassy this year?
No, just annoyed. I want a good Christmas film.
Well, that makes me think you're a bit like the mayor, Liam.
I did find as well, like, Jim Carrey, even though, like, you couldn't recognise Jim Carrey, you could tell it's Jim Carrey through his, like, body language and
I think if you showed that to someone and didn't tell them it was Jim Carrey, they would very quickly be like, oh, that's Jim Carrey. Yeah.
And I don't know if that's good or not. Can we just shout out to Kelly, who plays Max?
Yeah.
Did you know that Kelly was a female dog that played Max, the male dog?
What a brave dog.
I think she did a great job. I think she really managed to convey the masculinity of a dog.
She did. She did a good job.
No, but Max was great, I thought.
Yeah, Max is a good character.
Yeah. So what did you think of Cindy Lou Who?
She's not the most annoying child actor I've ever seen.
She's really not. She's all right when she's not singing.
Weirdly, I do love "Where Are You Christmas." It's like one of my favourite Christmas songs.
Do you know she is now, like, I think the front lady of a band?
Yeah.
Called the Pretty Reckless.
Yeah. She's badass.
So I assume she's got better at singing.
Well, she was a kid in the film.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I thought she was fine. Like you said, not as annoying as some kids. Yeah, the "Where Are You Christmas"? I don't know.
It's just such a good song, Liam.
Do you want to do a little rendition for our listeners?
Where are you, Christmas? Why can't I find you? It's beautiful, Liam. It's just such a moving song. I sing it in the build-up to Christmas.
I was surprised.
And then I sing it through Christmas.
So I was surprised at Christine Baranski, who you probably would know her best as Leonard's mum in The Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
She's pretty smoking hot in this movie. She plays Martha May.
Got you, yeah.
Also, another adult moment. There's a scene where the Grinch like flies onto her and just proper face plants into her boobs.
Yeah, he's just fully in her breasts, yeah.
And the camera just real quick zoom into them.
Yeah.
So
this film is, considering it's a Dr. Seuss story and doesn't need that much like sexual
The Lorax
innuendo.
didn't have this much sexuality in it.
What was that?
The Lorax, when I watched that, didn't have this much sexuality stuff in
Horton
it.
Hears a Who?
I haven't seen that one. I've got confused. Remember?
Oh, okay. You watched the Lorax, got you?
Yeah, I haven't seen Horton Hears a Who.
Sorry.
But yeah, honestly, like, I don't know. I guess the makeup and stuff looked good on the Grinch. The special effects were okay. Like, it was clearly like, you know, it wasn't even early days of CGI, was it? This came out in 2000, and you think a year later we had Lord of the Rings: Fellowship of the Ring. So CGI was decent at this time. But yeah, it was okay in this one.
It didn't rely too heavily on CGI, this one, though.
No, it didn't. I don't know what you want from me. With
I
this
want
movie.
you to learn to love Christmas.
Nah, didn't.
I wish you had.
I just don't think this is the movie to do it. I think if you gave me a
Well, that's what we're doing, Liam. We're working our way up to it, mate. We're getting there. These are, you know, we've thrown some preliminary shots. I'm feeling out your need for what you need to learn.
But you
for
even
Christmas.
knew that I wouldn't like this one.
Yeah, I know.
So
Well,
why?
then, Liam, you sort of ran me into a corner with this one.
How?
Well, last year I said I'm going to recommend you the Grinch after our last Christmas special.
Right.
I said it's a bad film. I don't know. I'm going to do it to be mean to you. Then you bought a 4K version of this film, and I couldn't say, Liam, I'm not going to recommend you The Grinch because it's not a good film.
Yeah.
So you've ended up watching The Grinch. That's your own fault. Don't fucking buy films half a year before we're doing the special.
No, I didn't buy it until like about a month ago, if that.
Don't buy it then.
There are
Buy it when we recommend.
There's a couple of scenes that did look nice in the 4K with the HDR, like
How does it hold up?
sunset and stuff. I mean, mostly you can tell this. If anything, it looks like a 90s movie, despite the fact it came out in the year 2000.
Is that because you go up to 4K, which lets you see the sort of defects?
No, I don't think so. I think it has a
looks
bit
like
of a
a film.
cheapy look to it.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of budget went into Jim Carrey's costume.
Yeah, that does look good, but I don't know. I just didn't really get the message it was trying to say, because it was trying to
tell
say.
you, Liam. Yeah, go on.
It was trying to say you don't need presents and stuff to have a good Christmas, right?
Yeah.
But then it still ends with everyone getting presents.
Yeah, I honestly think that this film is sort of like I think it sways more to the capitalist side of the Christmas holiday, because while it's like, oh, you don't need presents to have a good Christmas, it does very much make a big deal out of like, oh, let's do that anyway. And like you say, they get the presents back at the end and don't celebrate a Christmas without them. Like,
I thought it actually did a really good job of making the Grinch seem quite sympathetic. Like,
oh yeah, like I honestly, this watch was like, oh, the Grinch is the good guy in this film. Like the things he does that are like fully bad are he sets fire to the Christmas tree, which is illegal.
Yeah.
And when he steals the shit, he only steals the shit because the mayor is literally like, think about it. The Grinch is a full-grown adult in this film, as is the mayor, and the mayor just falls back on childhood bullying.
Yeah. I know. It's ridiculous.
The Grinch is the good guy in this film, and then at the end when he caves in and still conforms to society's ideals, it's sort of him. It's sort of the film being like, Christmas is all about family. Also, don't be the outcast.
Exactly, which I felt so sorry for, like, how many people in the world have to, through no choice of their own, spend Christmas on their own or whatever. And it must be so annoying when, like for the Grinch, he's in his little mountain, but he can still hear everyone celebrating Christmas.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you can kind of easily draw a line from that to someone like sat in their house who's had to spend 2 fucking months watching like Christmas adverts on TV and not being able to escape like all of the Christmas shit in the shops and stuff. It must be fucking depressing.
Yeah, I would much rather watch a Grinch film where at the end with the presents he just throws them off the mountain and he's like, I'm saving you all from yourselves.
Yeah,
like the speech he does when he's getting the whatever it is, Christmas cheer man.
Yeah, Cheermaster.
Right? He does that whole speech when he gets angry and he's like, oh, all the presents that you buy each other, I get them. Every year I get all those presents because you throw them out. And like, the Who's, no one's reacting being like, oh yeah, you're right. No one does that. Even Cindy is not like, oh, he's right. You know, she's still just like, well, I want the Grinch to have fun. And you're like, no, the Grinch is right. You're all chucking away these presents. Like, the Who's are a terrible society.
Yeah, they are. I honestly, this didn't make me feel more Christmassy.
No.
Which
Good.
Is a shame.
One last thing, Liam, and then we can give our ratings.
Okay.
I would like to point out that at the beginning of the film, Anthony Hopkins very clearly states that the Who's live inside a snowflake.
Yes.
About 10 minutes into the film, the mayor says that's 35 or something, like hundreds of kilometres away from here. If they are living inside a snowflake, it cannot be kilometres away.
Well, maybe their way of judging distance is different.
Why would they call it kilometres and not whoometers?
Yeah, but I don't know.
I wish more stuff started with the word who in that film. Who'smas. Let's sing some whoosic.
Was it just me, or did Anthony Hopkins' narration just feel a little bit like, let's just get this done?
Yeah, I think he probably knew that this was not a great film.
Yeah. Jim Carrey is fine in it, but it's Jim Carrey being very 90s Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I like it for that. Like, I like the Jim Carrey over the top acting.
Yeah. But there's nothing about this film that really stands out. I think if you say in a year's time, what do you remember about The Grinch, there won't be a lot.
You'll say Kelly the dog doing an outstanding performance.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I give this film 2 out of 5, Liam. What do you give it?
Oh, I went higher. I went 2.5 out of 5.
Fair enough.
Because there was nothing I really hated about it, but there was just nothing that I really liked. It was average. Very, very average.
After you watched The Grinch, did your heart grow 3 sizes?
Nah.
Okay. What film did you recommend for me?
Oh, so I got you right into the Christmas spirit.
Yep, as you always do at Christmas.
Yeah, I recommended to you Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
You did. Last year you recommended Silent Night, Deadly Night 1.
Yeah, and now we're back with these characters that I think, last year we really did grow to love.
Yeah.
I mean, remind me, what was your impression of Silent Night, Deadly Night last year? Because I know you preferred it to Christmas Evil.
Yeah. I don't remember what I gave it. I remember thinking it was all right, I think.
Okay.
I think that it was a generally sort of yeah, it's good. I think I'm sure that I said I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah.
Because you were in your oh, I'm going to recommend all of them to you, and I was like, oh, okay, that's fine, because this was an all right film.
Yeah. So I've just been so excited to get you watching this one.
Yeah.
Did you heed my advice and rewatch the first one before watching this one?
No, I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't.
That's a real
because listeners, if you haven't watched the Silent Night, Deadly Night series, Liam has been sitting on a 2-year-long joke, which sort of boiled down to me rewatching the first one, which I didn't do, but he still finds it hilarious. Yeah. The first 40 minutes of this movie are a literal it's not. I want to say a catch up but it's not.
It's a recap,
but it isn't because it's 40 minutes long.
It's
there's a certain point where you aren't recapping anymore.
It's a recap where it misses out all of the slow moments.
Yeah, it's literally just any exciting bit from Silent Night, Deadly Night 1 is in the opening 40 minutes of Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
Yes. It's brilliant.
I'm just quickly looking up the runtime of Silent Night, Deadly Night 1.
I think it's an hour and a half.
So, you're literally half the film.
I mean, the credits...
It's not even, 79 minutes.
So literally half the film.
Yeah, over half. No,
so
half, yeah.
A fun fact for you with Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 is they used so much of the first film that in the closing credits they have to list everyone that was involved in the first film.
That doesn't surprise me because it is half of this movie is half of the first one.
Yeah,
it's a real issue in that I really like the second part of this film.
Yeah.
So this this film could have been a really high rating from me, except I have to take into account that they made me rewatch Silent Night, Deadly Night 1 without sort of telling me beforehand.
But that's also kind of brilliant, right?
Yeah, should we do a plot synopsis of not the first 40 minutes necessarily? Basically you're following the younger brother Ricky, who, if listeners remember the review from last year, ends the film by saying naughty
Yeah, after
which,
seeing his brother get killed.
Yeah, which is the same thing that his brother did when he was going crazy. So you get that you're like, oh, okay, Ricky's taking up the mantle.
Yeah.
Which he does.
Yeah.
He is in a mental asylum or possibly a jail.
I think it's a mental asylum.
Yeah, that's true because he's had like 13 psychologists or something.
Yeah.
But he's getting interviewed about a crime that you don't know about yet.
Yeah.
And so he recaps he's explaining his life. And that's why you get the recap of the first film. He does recap some stuff that he didn't know about, which is a bit of an issue.
No. I mean, I'm assuming he just is accurately guessing.
I mean, my favourite bit that was sort of like, well, Ricky, you cannot know this, was they're talking about how Billy, the older brother, there were like loads of Santas out that night.
Yeah.
So they're stopping all the Santas, and you get a shot of Billy walking along a road and then hiding from the police.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool. There is no one there, and 10 minutes after this, Billy gets shot. So
no, but
he didn't tell anyone.
There's also a really, really good bit as well, where not even Billy would have known this, let alone Ricky, where the police mistakenly go into the wrong house following a Santa, only to be revealed it was the little girl's dad.
Yes, yeah.
They're just a character completely unrelated to everything. So Ricky wouldn't have known that.
So it wouldn't have made it into the news.
Yeah, exactly. There is literally no way for either of the main characters from either of these films to know that happened.
No, it's incredible.
But it is mentioned in the flashback excessively.
Yeah. And the bit that does make this flashback sort of stuff slightly better is... I don't know what the actor's name is. I didn't do any research. Who plays Ricky?
Eric Freeman.
So his acting, I love it.
I've got a bit of trivia for you about his acting that I've just seen on IMDb. Ricky's eyebrows move up and down 130 times. Yeah,
I believe it. It's incredible.
Which you might listen to that and think, oh, that's not a lot. Bear in mind,
40 minutes
of recap.
It's, his eyebrows are like the best thing ever. I love it.
Yeah. He is
incredible.
He is an incredible actor that I think is hugely underrated.
Yeah, no, honestly, his like portrayal of insane. It's maybe not, a factually accurate portrayal of insanity.
Yeah.
But it gets the point across. You're definitely watching it being like, this character is definitely not okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it is such a shame that it's 40 minutes of recap.
But equally though, isn't that a good thing?
No, why?
Because now you don't ever have to watch the first one again. You can just watch number 2.
No, yeah, that's true. I did say that to you. If you want to jump, even if you want to jump into this franchise, you can safely skip the first film.
I've got a fun fact for you about it.
Go on.
The BBFC rejected a UK video release of this movie in 1987 after the distributor refused to edit a double murder scene and shots of a topless woman being killed.
Is that the woman that gets impaled on the deer?
I believe so, yeah. So that is actually a scene from the first film.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Another bit of trivia for you, just while I'm on this page. So the producers of Silent Night, Deadly Night wanted director Lee Harry to recut the first film and insert 1 or 2 new scenes with Eric Freeman playing the mental patient. And the idea behind this was to make the story in the original film appear to be nothing more than the ravings of an asylum inmate. But the screenwriters wrote short scenes involving the patient's youth as he killed several people, and eventually this became the sequel, but there wasn't enough material for a full-length film, which is why they use so many flashback sequences. But then the film still ran short, so almost 10 minutes of closing credits were added.
Jesus.
I mean, this is the sort of movie that 100% was just made for a quick buck.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But because of that, there are moments of genius. And it's almost like The Room, right? Where with The Room, you have the first 20 minutes that you kind of have to get through before you get to the good stuff. Because the first 20 minutes is essentially just 3 sex scenes. And you're like, the fuck is this? Am I watching a softcore porn? And I feel like this definitely has a higher barrier of entry. We have to get through the first fucking 40 minutes.
Yep.
But then there is gold waiting for you at the end.
Yeah, so basically once you've got through the 40-minute recap, you get to a very short series of events. You get the story of Ricky's like childhood after the events of the first film.
Yeah.
So where you learn that his brother is triggered by Santa, specifically Santa. Anyone that doesn't know, these two children were in a hold-up as kids where a man dressed as Santa stopped their parents' car, then shot the dad, did a little bit of molesting on the mum, and then killed her.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's worth pointing out that Ricky's literally a baby in this scene.
Yeah, Ricky will have no memory of this, but
No.
he claims to.
Yeah.
The psychiatrist even says, you cannot remember this. And Ricky says, I can, I was there. Which is not an answer that makes sense, but okay.
Yeah.
But so this leaves both the kids traumatized. Billy, anytime he sees Santa or is around Christmas, gets like aggressive, hates it. Then they go to an orphanage, they get beaten a lot, and that like also adds to it, and they start associating Santa with punishing the naughty, which is anyone that has sex or does anything.
Yeah.
But you find out in this film that Ricky is not just triggered by Santa, although he is triggered by Santa as well.
Yeah.
He's also triggered just by the colour red, which is... It feels like they were just being like, we need more reasons that this guy can just kill people, which is literally like one person has a red handkerchief, someone drives a red car, Ricky might kill you.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And there's a brilliant scene, just to really hammer this home, where the psychiatrist makes a note that just says red car.
Yeah, oh, that's so good. He's so engrossed in writing down red car that he doesn't notice Ricky sneak up behind him and then go, red car, very observant. And then just the whole way Ricky talks is so good.
It's brilliant. It's one of the greatest performances, I think.
It's just, seriously, if you haven't seen this film, go see it, because you can skip the first 40 minutes if you want. It's so good.
The thing is, the first 40 minutes, it does keep cutting back to the psychiatrist, so it's hard to just skip because there is new material there. Then there's obviously, so last episode I asked you to look out for the meme,
which I forgot to do, but then when you re-asked me and when you said what it was, I was like, oh, of course that's the meme, because when I was watching it, the scene that has become a meme is the best scene in the film.
Would you like to explain it?
So after you get a bit of like Ricky getting a girlfriend and then eventually finding out that she's had sex before.
Quite an attractive girlfriend too.
Yeah, Ricky does a good job.
Yeah.
He does some murdering. He murders her ex-boyfriend.
Yep.
And then just goes on a rampage.
Yep.
And he just picks up a gun and starts shooting people. But one of the people he shoots is a man that is bringing out his garbage, who is just very happily taking out the trash.
Yeah.
It cuts to a close-up of Ricky's face with crazy wide eyes. And he just shouts, "Garbage day!" and just shoots him.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
So good.
It's I really hope that us discussing this is making other people want to watch it.
It's honestly worth watching, if just for the garbage day scene. Honestly, just YouTube the garbage day scene, because it's not a spoiler for the film, because this isn't the kind of film you can spoil, really. There's not really a story.
No, there isn't. Another amazing moment as well, though, it's still in the same sequence where he's basically going on a rampage, is when he shoots the car.
Go on, I'm trying to remember.
So there's a car driving towards him, he shoots it, shoots like the front grille of it or whatever, says bingo, the car flips over and then just explodes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do remember.
I rewound it and made Kat watch it, and she just burst out laughing. She was like, I thought it was the bingo bit that was funny, but then the car explodes. It's just
incredible.
Absolute, like, it's a complete joke of a movie, but it's kind of amazing.
It is, honestly. It's just, I really liked it.
I had a couple of issues.
Apart from the 40 minutes.
I did have a couple of issues.
Go
on. The first, so we see Mother Superior again.
Yeah,
and her face looks like it's been burnt or something.
Yes, I thought they were going to make that like part of the story.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping.
But no.
No, they don't.
No. I mean, that, to be fair, that whole Mother Superior bit at the end is a little bit not needed.
Yeah.
I mean, especially because there's not a story going on.
No.
Really. I don't think you needed the, like, let's just wrap up this bit of story.
Yeah. The other thing that really baffled me, why was Mother Superior, who is a nun, for anyone that hasn't figured that out yet, why does she live at number 666?
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. How did you not notice that?
I don't know.
He smashes through the door and there's like a huge close-up of the number of the door being 666.
I might have been just so happy. Was Ricky's face in the shot?
Yeah, it was.
Then that's why, mate. I was watching that beautiful face.
Yeah, I don't blame you. The thing is, I honestly don't know how to rate this movie.
No, it's so tricky because my heart is screaming for a high number.
Yeah.
Because I enjoyed that second part so much. But I have to penalise it for the 40 minutes. I have to.
Yeah, I understand why.
Because even when I was texting you, you can see the point where I got into the film, because I was texting Liam and saying, I texted you about 10 minutes in when we were still seeing orphanage shots from the first one, and I was like, how long is this recap?
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes in, I was like, well, we're still in the orphanage, so I'm assuming a long time.
Yeah. One of the biggest complaints I have is that they, for some bizarre reason, they don't recap the absolute best bit of Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Which is?
Do you remember the scene with the song, The Warm Side of the Door?
Now that you've said it, I'm remembering something.
Because
I remember you telling me about it. I remember you making me watch out for it, and I remember it being a thing.
Yeah, so it's the scene when Billy's just got his first ever job at the toy store.
Yep.
And it's like a weird montage scene of him working, and he's really happy, and this song called The Warm Side of the Door plays.
Yep, I am remembering it.
It's absolutely beautiful. And I'm just like, of all of the scenes, I wouldn't have minded the recap being like an extra 3 minutes long.
Just to have that.
Just to have that in it.
That's fair, Liam. That is fair.
So that's my biggest complaint.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 40 minutes of recap is a long time.
It's really difficult to rate this film.
Yeah.
So if it didn't have the 40 minutes, right?
Okay.
And if I just take that second bit,
which is basically half an hour.
Yeah, I would give it a 4, I think.
Okay.
Just for how much I loved it.
That is a high. I mean, that is probably the highest rating we've had for a Christmas movie on the podcast so far.
I think that segment of the film is my favourite Christmas movie of all time.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But then it has 40 minutes to recap. So do I take off a point?
Half a point, a point? I don't know.
I don't think I can go more than half, more than a point, because that drops it down to like a 2 point something, which it isn't.
No.
Is it a 3? Do I give this film a 3?
I think 3 is where I'm sitting at with it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to say 3.
Yeah,
but if that's putting you off, listeners, don't let it. Because if you haven't seen the first one, if you haven't seen the first one, that beginning bit will be less annoying.
Yeah, and really, you don't need to see the first one now.
No, I would advise anyone who hasn't watched any of this series to just go in at number 2. Don't spoil number 3 or anything for me, because I know I'm getting it next year and I am excited.
I'll be honest, right? I don't know if any of the future ones quite live up to the last 30 minutes of this one.
I can imagine that they don't.
But the thing is, I think overall they're more competent, maybe.
Okay.
Like 3 I'm struggling to remember, in all honesty, because I watched all 5 of these back to back a fair few years ago now.
Got you.
And all I remember is, so 3 has a really famous horror actor in it, a guy called Bill Moseley.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you'd know who he is. You might recognise him if you saw him.
Yeah.
4 just throws witches into the mix.
Of course.
And 5 is just so up your street. I'm excited to get to it because it's going to make you happy. Do they go into space? No, it's not. It's not quite up your street in that way.
Is it an anime?
No, it's not like that either. But it's definitely got stuff that you'll like about it.
Okay.
But yeah, the more I think about it, I think it might have to be a 3.5 for something I'd like to.
Yeah.
I almost feel like I can't rate it differently to how I rated the first one, because it is basically the first one with extra bits.
But I think the fact that it's the first one is a negative because you've seen the first one. Do you know what I mean? Like if you went to see Jurassic Park 2 and it was just Jurassic Park 1 again, that is a 0 because I wasn't trying to watch the first film.
But I just, for Eric Freeman alone,
I mean, he is most of the 3. He's like those eyebrows.
Yeah, 130 times they move.
It's just amazing. I believe it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of would love for you to introduce your dad to this movie.
They were going to watch it with me.
Really?
Yeah, and do you want to know why they didn't?
Why?
Because I said to them, Liam said you have to have watched the first one. So you actually ruined your chance of getting my dad to talk about this with you.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is actually amazing. Why would you ever possibly listen to anything I have to say?
Well, because I was like, Liam said you got to watch the first one, so I'm just going to... I'll watch it.
Could you imagine if you had watched the first one beforehand?
Oh, I just probably would have turned this one off and been like, I'm not doing this show with you anymore.
You should have made them watch the first one with you and then sit down to watch this.
That would have been good.
No, I still think that, like for you, rewatching this would probably just be a joy.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I might rewatch this one before the third one.
But maybe like make them watch this with you.
I might do, yeah.
What I will say is you are 110% safe to rewatch this before the third one.
Am I?
Yeah, I'm guaranteeing now the third one does not spend half of the runtime recapping the first two movies.
That would be incredible if it did, though. If it played the recap from the second one as
Which
a
is
recap.
just the recap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the third, fourth and fifth all... So the third one is kind of... It's the same characters, but it doesn't do the recap thing.
Is it still Eric Freeman?
Unfortunately, it's not.
Oh, no.
I don't actually know if he's been in a lot of other stuff. Like, he doesn't even have a picture on IMDb.
I'm looking at his career.
It's 15 acting credits.
He is best known for Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, Murder Weapon, and Ghostwriter.
Murder Weapon looks fun. I mean, Ghostwriter, he's credited as guy number 1.
Wow, this is incredible. In 2004, the directors of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 tried to find him for the commentary track of the DVD release, but they were unable to track him down.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So hopefully, everyone's now feeling more festive.
Whoa, Liam.
Yeah.
That's a sick film.
I don't know if it counts.
It's a loose remake of the first one.
Exactly, that's why I'm not sure if it counts.
Hmm.
Like, if I go to the connections on IMDb, it just says it's followed by 3, 4, and 5.
Fair enough.
And when it comes to films, I tend to use IMDb as, like, the Bible.
Well, maybe we can do it as a special in that year.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe. I mean...
We'll see.
The other thing is, I've found a list on Letterboxd of Christmas horror movies.
Yeah.
There's 72 films on that list. So...
72 years of Nerd on Nerd.
Yeah, we're basically sorted for our Christmas specials for the next 72 years. And that's
Perfect.
providing no new Christmas movies come out between then and now.
Yep, that's true. There we go. We're sorted, Liam.
Yeah, I mean, you're sorted. I don't know what guff you're going to recommend me next.
I'm going to find you something, Liam.
Can it be something good?
That's all we've got time for on this week's Nerd on Nerd. How do people get in contact with us, Liam?
Tweet us, email us.
Where can they tweet?
At Nerd on Nerd.
Where can they email?
nerdonnerdpod@gmail.com.
Where can they stuff?
When they what?
You said email.
Yeah,
and
well, you got
stuff.
Facebook as well, haven't you?
Where can they stuff?
Facebook. Facebook.com/nerdonnerd.
Pod.
Pod.
All
Maybe.
one word, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
Rate
and review us on iTunes. That'd help.
Yeah, you could.
You can comment on SoundCloud.
Yeah, Lee does it.
He does. Go talk with
appreciate
Lee.
it.
We like
Yeah.
Lee.
Yeah, we do. We need to get Lee and Jason on at some point,
Yes, we do.
guesting. Well, I guess it's time to start wrapping up this
Terrible,
very festive
terrible.
special.
Terrible.
Did you not like that?
Terrible.
What was wrong with that?
It was bad. It was just bad.
I thought that was quite good.
No, I didn't like it.
What would you like to see under your tree this year at Christmas? Ellie or Liam?
Neither. Imagine how horrifying that would be to get either of us.
I'm picturing just me with what's it called? Like literally just wearing a Santa's hat, and then one of those little like what's the ribbon things that you just stick on top of presents?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
One of those just covering the special bits.
I knew what you mean because weirdly that is the same image I have.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Liam, what are we doing next time?
Your name.
Done.